All right, good morning. Welcome to the jungle. I am Whitney Mendoza, your host and managing partner for Liga Partners. And this morning I am joined by Monique Idemudi.
That's right.
Thank you. I know we practiced that before the show a little bit. You'll hear, I say that we've got a couple of other hosts like that. So we love getting on here and we can talk on the fly, but like the name is the thing that we struggle with getting right first. So she is founder and owner of Dragon Digital Media Marketing. And you were down in Florida, right, Monique?
That's right.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining me this morning. Tell us a little bit about your company and a little peek at why you founded it.
Yes, Dragon Digital Marketing is my marketing agency that I started in 2019, and it's all about helping small business owners to build an online presence and really grow and scale their business with the power of great digital marketing. And we focus on inbound marketing because I believe in attracting people to you with providing, great content and by providing value to them instead of interrupting them in their day and just being pushy and salesy and intrusive. And that's what we do. And I saw a need for that. And that's why I started my digital agency.
Yeah, that is the sweet spot for companies because, you want people coming to you, right? Like you want referrals. You want to be that big name that everyone just knows, like Coca-Cola, right? Like soft drink. Your mind either goes Coca-Cola or a Pepsi, right? Band-Aid, like even the Band-Aid, the not Band-Aid brand, when you say Band-Aid, like it's a household name. I know exactly what you're talking about. And so when I go to Target or Walmart, I'm going to go down the aisle and I know exactly what I need. So that is the sweet spot for companies. And I feel interesting that you started your company in 2019 because, of course, then we had 2020 hit.
Yes.
Which we were also talking about before the show, that everyone's like, BC before Corona, but we're still in Corona time. And so I felt like that was a really important topic for us to hit, is building that small business presence, because the small business is the one that has been impacted the hardest, I feel, since Corona. And it's also the hardest for them to really get the word out, in the sense of if they weren't doing anything before, right? So if you were a restaurant and you were the, mom and pop favorite that everyone knew about, that was great. But then what happened during Corona? Do you have curbside available? Are you delivering? Can I order online? Have you changed? And that's a big thing to continue to keep those orders coming in. So tell us, Monique, how you've kind of helped small businesses do that. And really, I keep saying I'm not going to say the word pivot because I feel like we've overused that word, but how have they adapted and changed to kind of the new normal, if you will?
Yes, that's right. So you've touched upon some great points. Branding is very important. If you're building your brand also as a small business, you just set the expectation and you just communicate your values and your brand personality and what you stand for, what vision you have with your small business, what mission you're on to change and impact the world. And that's what attracts people to you. So you can really build an engaged community of fans that believe in what you believe in, and they stay loyal customers to your business and they prefer you. They want to hear from you. They want to follow you on social and so on and so forth, and stay in touch with you and just stay connected on a human and personal level. And that's what's really important. And that's what really is key. And we try to make that happen using digital media and leveraging digital technology like email, like social media, like your website, like your Google My Business profile that you better keep updated, right, and let people know if you're operating as normal, have your hours changed, are you offering delivery, curbside pickup, like what's changed? So you want to always keep people up to date and stay front of mind and really be omni-channel and try to be present online everywhere where your audience is as well. And that's how you don't, become forgotten. There's a lot of things going on. People have a lot on their minds during, this crazy time. So that's what's really important and key when you're marketing your business during COVID.
So I'm curious, what did you do, Monique, so you started your business in 2019 and then 2020 hit. What was the first, maybe 2 to 3 things you did to kind of tee your business up to then be able to take care of the smaller businesses?
Yes, so small businesses have been our target audience ever since. That's the business model of Dragon Digital Marketing. It's really all for small. So it was never our goal to do digital marketing for the big Fortune 500 or what many other digital agencies are going for. That's what we're all about. We've been operating remotely ever since. Everybody's working from home. There is no office where everybody comes to work every day. So that's been a great advantage for us. And it's just even increased the demand for digital marketing. Everything that's been going on with COVID, because people were just forced to change and adapt their strategy and be more present online and have a look at their website that they've neglected for months or years, or their Facebook page where they haven't posted anything in I don't know how long. So
Right.
now it's time to make a plan of action again and incorporate that in your strategy to, just stay afloat and even grow your business in those times.
Yeah. That's really interesting you say that, because that's something that we've seen as well, where you had this influx of companies that wanted to get on social media because of 2020. And we've always preached, do it now, do it now. It's kind of like trying to start your LinkedIn profile when you get fired or quit your job, right? And then you try to build that account and go get all those connections. It would serve you way better if you already had the history built. And it was the same with social media in the sense of this, it was almost like the dam broke and everyone joined social media. Well, then you had to fit in where everyone else who had already had established accounts, right? They're like, we've got this. This is a breeze. We know what we're doing. Where if you were new, you're like, I got to build up the following, the account, and my presence to get this going. So what we talked about your business, and then what were maybe some of the first things that you recommended for the small business when you saw that this was happening and you jumped in and you're like, all right, here we go. This is what we got to do.
Yes. You have to be really clear about what you're doing. You have to know who your target audience is and have super detailed buyer personas for them, because you can't talk to everybody. You have to have a very specific niche in your market and target that niche, because if you talk to everybody, you end up talking to nobody. And that's really crucial because it's a very competitive, noisy place out there. And you have to break through that noise and stand out when there's so many beautiful pictures on Instagram and so many insightful tweets on Twitter and so on and so forth. So you have to really stand out and be unique and be really clear about what your message is, and then put that out there. And by differentiating yourself from the competition, you stand out because your business, even though you essentially sell the same products or provide the same services, you do it for a different purpose. You have a different story. You have to tell that story
Right.
through your content and really build a brand. And that's how you do it. That's the key to success. That's how you attract people and you build your audience and you get that following and you also get that engagement.
So what are your tips for a new business that was like, oh man, I've got to get on social media now? Like, what are maybe some first things that they should do? Because you're right. I mean, it's hard to just jump in and say, I'm going to do all the things, right? I'm going to be on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. We're going to have a blog. We're going to update the website. We're going to do all these things. What are your recommendations for those small businesses just getting started?
Yes, those are great goals, and that's what you definitely want to strive to do, to really be omnipresent and be everywhere and stay front of mind and on every channel possible. But that's not something that you can do overnight. You want to build it out step by step, and it's perfectly fine to just pick one or two social media platforms to begin with. You can always expand and create new accounts and other channels and expand your marketing efforts if you have the time, if you have the resources, if you have the budget to do that, and if you have the right strategy to do that works and you can stay consistent with that. So start small and build it up. And the thing is, You want to focus your marketing efforts on one thing and be really, really good at it instead of
Mhm.
diluting all of your marketing power across too many different channels and platforms in the beginning, because you need to see some traction going that you can build on before you expand. So that, I would say, is a mistake that I see a lot of small businesses making, signing up for all the social media platforms and, trying to be active and engage everywhere at the same time, just starting out. And then also approach it strategically, what platforms you start with. Don't just start with your favorite platform, because yeah, that's your favorite social network personally. So really do some research, ask questions, do surveys, engage with people, call up your existing clients and catch up with them. It also, shows them that you care and that you're interested, and ask them where they spent the most time, where do they hang out the most, where do they even, want to get information and updates from you. Maybe they hang out a lot on Facebook, but they don't expect company updates on Facebook, because that's like a platform where they only hang out to get updates from family and friends, and they're not in the right mindset to engage with businesses and looking to buy anything there. So that's all, there's so many things to consider. So you want to make informed decisions and not guess and just assume. But yeah, ask, reach out, and approach it strategically. That's very important.
Yeah, those are great tips. And how about for creating content? What are your recommendations there? I know, like, when Facebook was first released, I guess is the way we would say it, first introduced into the world, it was like, great, this is what I'm having for lunch. But we can't do that anymore. We have to have interesting content that really draws people in and attracts them from the outside in. So what are your top tips for that?
Definitely. So you just want to listen what people are talking about, listen what topics are hot, what's very demanded and requested, what's the buzz, and then create content to those topics that are in high demand and answer questions that are frequently asked and cater to that. And then when you have your topics and you've done your research, it's time to curate and create that content. And I personally like video a lot because you have the most possibilities to repurpose video content. You can turn it into audio content, you can transcribe it and turn it into text content and make it into a blog. You can take the key points and design an infographic of it. So there's really so many things that you can do. You can incorporate the key highlights in your next email newsletter and so on and so forth. So you have so many possibilities there if you started with video, because it's the richest medium. So that's what I really recommend small
Yeah.
businesses to. You really want to, just get the most results for the efforts that you're putting in. So you plan and record one video, and that gives you so much content that you can distribute and share.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. And I feel like we, as consumers of social media, we also like video, right? Like, I know when I'm personally scrolling through, that's the thing that's going to stop me first, is I want to watch a video. And that's often our recommendation is, would you want to interact with your own content? Like, are you going through it as someone who would just be a passerby viewing it? Would that make you stop and engage or watch or give it a like or a comment? So yeah, that's great guidance. And what do you see for the future, right? Like, we're in 2021. The world didn't change on 1/1/21 at 12:01, right? Like, we're still here. A lot of things are still the same. But I feel like we're getting not really comfortable is the right word, but we are better embracing where I think we all see that the future is headed, right, of, the virtual workplace, or we're all online, things like that. We're spending more time, we're consuming more content. What trends do you see for this year, 2021?
Yes, that's exactly what I see happening. People have adjusted to the new normal a little bit better, and everything has shifted online, and that's where it's going to stay for a while. Of course, once it's safe again, there will be in person events too, but it will always stay like this hybrid thing, and it's super convenient. You can attend events from the comfort of your own home.
Yeah.
There's so many great things about virtual, and the challenge is really to translate any human in-person interaction into a digital counterpart. Like, how can you replace that? For example, you have regular mail. Email would be the digital counterpart to that. You have an in-person event or conference. Now it's like over Zoom. You have a digital event. That would be the counterpart to that. So make sure that your human in-person interactions don't suffer because everything is virtual, and really think about what you've been doing before and find a way to move that online and do that digitally. Don't just leave it out and be like, okay, so we're just going to take a break from that and we're going to pick up and start doing it again in like a year whenever this is over, because you can't do that. You have to keep moving and keep going. It most likely will never be, just over. It will stick with us. And yeah, this is really the new normal. So I see communities becoming more and more popular.
Mm.
Because everything is virtual and online, people have a voice. Everybody, can jump into any conversation and leave a comment and share it and just share their opinion and their thoughts, and they have a voice and they're heard. So people really like to hang out with people that are like them, people they know, like, and trust, and have the same interests. So I see a lot of communities coming up, whether that's Slack communities or just, places, groups that you can hang out. Clubhouse is super hot right now, where you can just, join conversations about things that you like to talk about with like-minded people. So that's really big. So find a way that you can be a hub of content, where you help people out, you answer questions, you motivate them, you inspire them, you just provide value, and you really solve problems. Don't just put anything out there. Your content has to be valuable, and everything comes down to you being able to provide the solution to whatever problem it is that your target audience has. So always keep that in mind and incorporate that in everything that you create and put out there, and be active and engaging. Don't hide your face no more. Put your face to your name. People want to see the behind the scenes and the people behind a business and behind a brand. And they want to engage with you, Whitney, or Michael, or Jennifer, or Monique, or whoever, and not with the XYZ company or LLC. So that's been a huge shift, and everything is just more personal and unprofessional in a sense, but in a good way. So it's just less stuck up, and everything's just more simple and easy going. And that just lowers the entry barriers into so many different areas, and is a huge advantage as well. And it's more cost effective too. So see the opportunity in that, and just try to figure it out for you and your business.
Awesome. Well, super insightful tips, Monique. If our listeners want to get in touch with you or learn more about you and your services, how can they reach out?
Yes, the best way to reach out to me is through my website, and that's dragon-digital-marketing.com. It's the same name as our marketing agency, Dragon Digital Marketing, and that's the best way to reach out. You can shoot me an email, find the links to all of my social media profiles, and find some great, helpful resources, templates, and guides on there as well that you can download for free. And there's something for your small business as well. There's something for every small business out there, I'm sure of that. So yeah, check it out and go to the website, and I'd be happy if we could connect.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you so much, Monique, for joining me today. She is founder of Dragon Digital Marketing. I appreciate you being with me this morning. And of course, to all of our listeners, tune in tomorrow, same time, same place, 8 a.m. Eric's got a new podcast for you. We'll see you then.